All right, so we are officially now live streaming on our Red or Green Books Facebook page. So excited for that. The mute all is on. So if anyone needs to unmute for any reason, just raise your hand, send me a DM. That would be the easiest way. The Chromebook scrolls super fast on the chat, so sometimes I'll miss things. So if you send me a DM, it flags the red letters and it helps me know that someone was trying to send me a message. All right, so welcome everyone to the 2024 Debut Poets Read-a-thon and Art Show. I'm your host, Marissa Prada. Welcome. So excited for all of our poets today. We're going to be going in reverse order. This is not an open mic, but it is a reading as well as an unveiling of all the awesome cover art. I believe the only person we're missing is Kelly, so I'm sure she'll get here unless she's under a different name. If Kelly, if you're in the room, if you're under a different name, let me know, please, so that that I will know if if you're here, I can call you. And if not, that's okay. I know she's been she's a lot of stuff happening right now. So if she's able to make it, wonderful. And if not, that's okay. We'll still show off her cover art and all of those wonderful things. All right, so some housekeeping. Welcome if you're just joining us. Black Noise in the house. What's up, Priceless? So excited to have you. The mute all is active so that nobody accidentally unmutes during their performance. Now, Edward had reached out to me. I know he's at work today, so if you need to read earlier, sir, let me know. If not, you are slated to be the last person because we're going in reverse order today, and you are the E, and that's the top of the list, which is today the bottom of the list. And we'll go in random order when we do our book signing. So it's a lot of fun that we really mix it up. All right, so the order for those who might be watching, we'll go over the order of go. I'll talk about how this is going to run today. The cover artists, we have at least Elizabeth Oots, an escape artist, are in the house. Mariana is not here, so I don't know if she's going to be able to make it or not. But at least we have two of the cover artists in the room to talk about their artwork today. All right, so the order of go is, of course, Zachary Sakati. We have Torrin V, Sarah Doolittle, Quinn Collard, the poet Rose Gold, Ms. Lovely Arizona, also known as Amanda Wynn. We have Laura Lila. We have Kelly Mary McAllister, Jeremy Hickson, and then of course Edward Galt is going to be at the finish us up today. So what I plan to do is to invite the author and their cover artist, if they're here, to speak. I can do a spotlight. Two of you can be spotlit at the same time. I'll do a quick share screen, and I'll show the image of your cover art. And then, the artist is welcome to discuss their artwork. The author is welcome to discuss, the artwork as well. I would say about 3 minutes. Let's keep it pretty short. There's 10 of you. If everyone just does 3 minutes, that's 30 minutes for the show. So we'll keep the cover art. We don't want to go on, right? So 3 minutes or so to talk about your cover art. If you want to know more about the authors or the artists, go to the website, because all of the bios for each of the individual artists are on the website, as well as samples of their work. Okay, that being said, after that happens, we'll do a single screen share of just the author. Screen share. We'll do a single spotlight of just the author, and you'll have up to 10 minutes to read. If you need time, if you need to know how much time you have, let me know. I will keep track of the times today as we roll through. We're not under any sort of time constraint in the Zoom room, so I am flexible enough to stay here as long as you all need to be here. All right, some little advertisement things as we get going today. Remember that the New Mexico Poetry Summit is going to be September 13th, 14th, and 15th. We have poets from all over the world flying in here to Albuquerque. If you're interested in coming to Albuquerque to be part of this, please reach out to me and let me know if you're a debut author. If you are not a debut author, what happened? Oh, I must have put Torrin's book away. But you want to get tickets, you can get tickets at redorgreenbooks.com, Red, READ. readogreenbooks.com will get you tickets. The 3-day summit, Friday is free, Saturday requires tickets, and Sunday requires tickets as well. I believe is the best event you could go to for poetry this year. So let's keep going. All right. Another new announcement is the American Graveyard anthology we did for ending gun violence. We are doing a podcast live for that. And so if you're interested in being either a core host or co-host on that show, including we have a panel of international poets as well who are going to be speaking regularly on that show. If you live outside the US and you would like to be part of the international panel, let me know. Or if you just would like to be a special guest to talk about gun violence in the US and in the world, please let me know. I would love to have you. Book club. Every month we do book club here at Red or Green Books. This month we're featuring Torrin V and his beautiful book, The Dark Muse Chronicles. We just actually finished up book club earlier this morning. And so you can grab his book for $10 with the coupon code Chronicles. Each month there's a new book and a new author that are featured. And of course, it's all voluntary based. And then we have the book signing for the debut authors happening in August. I'm so excited to have the book signing. Most of the books have already been shipped and they're arriving to me this coming week. So I'm bananas excited when the books arrive, and then I'll get to send them to all of you. So let's keep going on the down the list today. Welcome, John Michael. Welcome to our show. Escape says she's camping. Not sure how long she'll be on. It's okay. It's all right, my beautiful friend. We'll still show off the artwork. And for those who also don't know, Valuis Vera is a poet, a disabled poet in Texas. His book just launched at Red or Green Books, and Escape Artist did his cover as well. So if you're wanting to see more of her work, you can definitely see that on the website. All right, let's go. I have first up Zachary Sakati, and I want to see if let's see, where is he? So Zach, I can ask you to unmute. I cannot spotlight anyone who has their camera off, but you don't need to have your camera on. But I do highly encourage you, if you're going to read today, that you have your camera on. But otherwise, I welcome you. Zach, is your mic working?
Yes.
Hi.
Okay, there we are. Okay, cool.
There
What's
you
up,
are.
everybody?
Awesome. All right, so Zach is a poet here in Albuquerque. I love the fact we have two Albuquerque poets doing books this year, which is super fun. I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen of your cover, and then give you an opportunity to comment on that and all that good stuff. I will not be able to comment on the audio while I'm share screening. Okay. So if you ask me a question and I don't answer, I'll have to wait until I stop share screening, because Chrome is just going to be difficult. But here we go.
Okay, excellent. So, my book is called Eve's a Collection. The reason why I called it that is because in my house, what I grew up in, we had this small part of a house called the Eves where we kept a lot of my brother's Star Wars toys, a lot of like Christmas things, and it seemed to be kind of magical to me. But we'd only go into it maybe once a year. And for me, I've written poetry for quite some time and I haven't really put anything out. So I've kind of been storing this stuff and storing it. So finally, I'm going into the eaves of my poetry and sharing it with the world. So the idea behind this cover, I wanted something very simple, but very eye-catching to me. I didn't want any picture. I didn't want any like sort of drawing. Um, so I involved one of my friends who is from New Jersey, where I'm originally from, who now lives in Philadelphia. And what I love about this is I can include one of my friends. So it's like a group effort, something creative, something positive, something loving. And we were just talking about different ideas, and I had shown him some covers that I kind of wanted to have that same energy. So being from Jersey, we both use New Jersey Transit a lot with buses going into New York City or trains. So this is kind of like an homage to New Jersey Transit. The colors are a little off, which I really like. And it's just so cool to see my name. Like, look at my name. It's so cool. Zachary Sucardi. Like, it just fits so beautifully. Um, and I just like how the A in a collection reads, and then just seeing my name on the binding. I love how it goes, like how those lines go to the binding to the back. Again, something very simple, but to me, I just love this style. I love that it's Eves. It's not like the anything, or it's not even a word that you commonly know. In fact, when I explain this to people, they're like, oh, like Eve, like Christmas Eve. And I go, no. Then I tell them that whole story. So that's kind of the energy behind this. And I could stare at this all day, not because I'm an egomaniac, but just because it's just so cool to see like something you create and something you had this creative idea and you can express it to a friend. I don't know, it just really gives me a lot of love and a lot of excitement. So that's kind of the idea behind this cover.
Awesome. I'm so excited. I love having all these covers come to life. We've done so many books, where we're on our journey to a million words. It's such an exciting thing. Is so I can't wait till it comes in, Zach. I'm really excited for you. All right, my friends. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you and let you go ahead and do your set. And then next up, we will have Torrin V, and then we'll have Sarah Doolittle. And like I said, I have all the covers pulled up and ready to go, so you don't have to worry about trying to juggle that. And yeah, so all right, Zach. And a side note, when you're coming up here to read, y'all, please let people know where to find you, where to follow you, how they can pre-order your book. If you want a signed copy from these authors, please pre-order their book so that you can get to the front of the line on this first batch of books. But I turn it over to you, Zach, and take it away.
Awesome. So very, very happy to be here. I'm actually up in Santa Fe at my stepdad's house. He had passed away recently, and we're kind of going through all of his stuff. So I just want to give a shout out to him. Um, you could find me on Instagram at True Blue Podcast. I do a podcast about self care, and I talk about music and poetry, just things that I love. And for me, part of self care is being creative, is doing poetry, is music, and just enjoying it. So again, it's True Blue Podcast. So you're more than welcome to send me a DM to order my book. You can also, of course, go to Red or Green Books. And I'm really just excited to be sharing this. So I'm going to read a couple selections from this book here. Right. I did an open mic recently. And what's so cool about this is I'll write something and be like, it's all right. But then when I read it, especially in front of people, it has this new life to it. And it's just so it's so cool because I'm giving it up. It's like I no longer own these works. I know kind of where I was coming from when I wrote these, but to share with someone and they have their own, feelings on it, or they pick apart certain parts that they like. It's really, really cool to be in this process of expressing and sharing. So a lot of my poetry is very short, and then I have these modern haiku. So I'm gonna read the ones that have titles, and then I'm gonna read the modern haiku, which most of them do not have titles. So I'll have a like small pause, so when one starts and one ends. So okay, so this first one is called "Spare Me the Change." Love me, and I'll love you. Fuck me, and I'll fuck you. Lips so raw, they're chapped. Heart so pure, it's trapped. Swing on low and let it go. This one is called Slice Pie. Coming from New Jersey, I love pizza, and they would have these things called slice pies where they're just for slices. And for me, it's just like a quick thing to go do with your friends, get a slice. So that was kind of like my idea with this. Here we go, slice pie. Mark my spot when I am not. and surround my grave with backyard stones. Close your eyes and stay a while. I will forever listen and sometimes reply. Just be patient and ready for the voice of God or Moses or whoever you pray to. I am with you. I am everywhere. I am poetry. I am. This one is called Battled. Of course, my lungs will scar, but I cannot give up. This feeling is yet to be named, but the consensus is that we all feel the same. Alert the common people. Their king is human, and he will suffer with them. This one is called Memory Serves. Brain fog, walking aimlessly through these streets unclaimed. A song so slow, a moon so full. I'll write this poem to lead you home. Okay, now for the modern haiku section. Albuquerque sunset, my camera, no justice. Reading your postcard, the mail carrier, dreams of retirement. And during the seasons, the old cypress tree humbles me further. Another flower in her hair, the garden doesn't mind. Back east, out west, sunrise, sunset. Cab driver only speaks when spoken to. City sidewalk, clearing every pigeon, my 2 feet. Lump sum love, annuity in my DNA, a lottery I refused. Autumn sparrow shits on my head, lucky October. Small talk and exit wounds. Endings are just slow beginnings. Midnight breeze. Southwest streets are busy. Your hand in my hand. Onion ring in my fries. Life is good. And that's about it, everybody. I just picked a couple of quick selections. So thanks so much, everyone, for listening and being here. And just God bless. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Zach. I'll invite everyone to unmute. How can I do this? Hang on. Let me see more. Ask all to unmute. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and see if this works. If it lets you, give it up for Zachary Sakati, everyone. Woo! True Blue podcast. Definitely tune in to that. It's wonderful, and get your copy of his book. Like I said, the website, if you go Meet the Poets, you click the 2024 debut poets line, you'll come across all of these poets and their information and the direct hyperlinks to their websites or their social medias and stuff. So please just go if you're watching this maybe after today, or you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube and you're not here in the Zoom room, go to the website and research them to do that. All right, let's keep going. We're rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and mute all again. I'm so glad it doesn't mute me, because I would just be talking and I would just not be making any noise. All right, technology is not my closest friend. All right, Torin V is up next. Let me find Torin. And I just love it because Torin and I just spent some time together this morning in book club. We had the author talk this morning, and he designed the cover of his book, which is just phenomenal. It's just gorgeous. And he does talk a little bit about the AI art and the digital art that he did in his book. So if you're interested in your own covers and that type of thing, you definitely want to go back and watch Torin's interview on book club. And it's on the Facebook Red or Green Books page. It'll get uploaded to the YouTube page eventually. So if you're not following, please, like, share, subscribe, follow everywhere. I'm going to do a share screen for you, Torin, and pull your book up. And then, so welcome for those who are joining us. We have the book, we have the covers available now. We're doing an art show as well as a poetry reading. This is not an open mic, but you're going to hear each of these authors do a full featured set and comment and talk a little bit about their artwork. All right, let me go ahead and do this for you, Torin. And in case it doesn't let me talk during the share screen, just as soon as you see your cover pop up, just go in. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so yeah, this is my cover. Um, I worked really hard on it. I did it all with AI. It took quite a few tries to actually get it right, but when I actually got this image, I was like, this is the one. So we had to actually shrink it down. There's a lot more to the image than the cover. I just want to definitely say thanks to Marissa for suggesting that I wrap the whole cover around, because that just made it come out like way better than if we would have cut it off. So, but yeah, like I said, it took me quite a few tries to get it, but I finally got it. And I actually learned how to mess around with AI art just to do the artwork for my book. So, this is, like the showcase for that whole situation.
Okay, awesome. I was trying to find if I had um, the full cover. Some of these some of the images I have are only the front, and some of them are the full cover. And let's see. Um, I wanted to see if it had. Let's see. Because you're totally true. All right, so let's do this. So I don't. Let's see. Because I do want people to see like the full cover if I can. If the backs are completed, I'll probably have the full cover uploaded here. Oh, there we go. All right, so at least you can see the proof here. Well, I'll do a share screen so you can at least see the proof for what the front and back looks like. Hang on one sec. So yeah, so that's the cover. Um, it's stretched across both sides. It's pretty cool. Can you guys hear me while I'm talking while I'm screen sharing? Chrome changed it. Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. Because Chrome would never let me say anything while I was talking while I was share screening. But anyway, so this is what the full cover looks out laid out flat like that. All right, so Torrin, I'm going to go ahead and give it back to you to go into a set. And I appreciate you for doing two features today because it does take a lot out of you when you're trying to do a lot of work. But
Yeah.
next we will have, excuse me, next we'll have Sarah Doolittle and then Quinn Collard. Welcome everyone who's just joining us. Torrin, I give it back to you.
Okay. Yeah. So as she said, I did a full set earlier today. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do the first piece from the book and the last piece. I figure, that'll be fitting. So that's how I want to do this. None of the pieces in the book have titles. I kind of designed it to be kind of like a free flowing conversation, I guess. So yeah, none of them are titled. They each have a piece of artwork connected to it in some way, either in the piece, before the piece, or after. It's all built around the images. So um, before I get started, because I know I'm gonna forget, because I gotta run as soon as I get finished with this. You can get a hold of me on Instagram at torin.v is my handle on Instagram. I have a website. It's just torinv.com. I have you can buy the book from there. I have merch on there, like this shirt right there. I have different images from the book on T-shirts. I have prints. I got journals, all kind of stuff. I have a couple of poems that I actually read and recorded myself, put it on there. The full covers on there. A bunch of things are on there. So it's just torinv.com, or like I said, torin.v on IG. So, but yeah. So here's that first piece. She had me wrapped around her shattered spirit, worshiping the jagged pieces, manifesting the dubious destiny while tethered to her fluctuating intimations, absorbing the erratic energy that kinetically forced us to opposing boundaries into an undefined state that signified nothing, engaged to the fantasy of us, anticipating the raining of rice, but left standing at the altar, directionless, desperately defiant in the face of the obvious, resolute in my radicalism, fighting tooth and nail to stake a claim in the abstract, but only managing to occupy real estate adjacent to the unremembered, in the midst of the asunder, many moons away from the center of her heart, where the air is brisk and the light is obscured by the looming shadow of her indifference. Our catastrophic uncoupling was the consequence of a crippling epiphany, a swan song sung by a psychotic siren, a final goodbye wordlessly communicated, executed with excruciating silence, followed by the stillness that coincides with catharsis and the settling of the seas that churned within me, the purifying of contaminated prophecies contained within the book of her, revelations that refuse to be restrained, ushering in an awakening of self-sustaining clarity, undeniable as gravity, a final premonition unraveled in real time, an ageless love, lost in the unmerciful embrace of oblivion, unable to escape the void between enduring fervor and expendable infatuation. So she became my dark muse. So that was that first piece. So fun about that piece, that was the first piece I actually did live in front of people. And that one will always, like have a special place. Because like I said, I had never got on stage before, and that's the first one I ever did on stage. So that one will always have a special place. So this one right here is the very last poem in the book. I'm gonna read that one for you guys. Recollections of her tumble towards extinction, calling out to me when the lights are low, while my eyes search for light, using her quivering voice to awaken slumbering omens that I would rather remain laid low beneath a thin layer of regret that barely covers her silhouette. I exile her name from my circumference, banished it to the borders of remembrance, where unrealized prophecies dare not wander, and could have beens fall and meet their end. She put her head on the shoulder of fallacies, clinging to plausible deniability until the bitter end, sidestepping her high crimes and misdemeanors, foregoing the witness stand while flaunting culpability, forsaking our uncommon connection. As a chasm opened between final chapters and amicable conclusions, after she shed her impostor's cloak, then stepped into an ensemble more appropriate for the forever she chose, ensuring that she would forever be known as my dark muse. So that's that, and this is oh, you can't really see it. I'm trying to show you the last image in the book. You can see a little bit. So, yep. That's it.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna invite y'all to unmute and give it up for Torrin B and his beautiful book, The Dark Muse Chronicles.
Woo! All right. Good.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, tornbead.com. Get all of his merch. In fact, I was remarking in book club today. I was like, it would be so dope to get 4 of those prints and do like a 4 by like a 2 by 2 uh motif on the wall. The pictures are just phenomenal, so you're getting so much, not just poetry, you're getting a lot of artwork inside that book. It is gorgeous homage to women. So yeah, I'm very proud to put that book out. Hit him up this month if you want to get his book. He'll sign it and send it to you. All of that good stuff. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling today. We got a lot of people to get to. I'm going to do a mute all and then bring Sarah Doolittle up. Because Sarah Doolittle is amazing. And she is, again, another local poet here in Albuquerque. We had the very first, the inaugural summer backyard poetry series at my house last night. And we had poets, mostly poets from my water aerobics class, which I didn't even know were poets, which is super funny because poetry is everywhere. Don't be afraid to talk about poetry. Don't be afraid to share your poetry. We had such a great crowd here last night. And Stacey Dyson is in town. She's a poet laureate from San Diego. And so, to have some of the best poets coming in and being in my house, in my yard, to share with local poets is just amazing. And so I cannot wait for Sarah to make it to the garden party this summer to read her poetry because she's just a beautiful person. I forgot to mention that Torn V did the cover art for his cover, and Sarah did the cover art for this cover. I helped her a little bit with the back, but she designed everything. Her book also has images in it, which are just great. So, like, there's so much bang in this launch. I can't even begin to tell you. So, Sarah, is it letting you unmute?
Yeah.
There you are. Oh my God. Okay, there she is. And I will also say that she is a local public school teacher. She teaches English. And so, like, let's go. This is what we're doing, right? We're doing this. Everyone gets a chance to get their books gone. I'm so excited for this. All right, so it's such a dope cover. I could never have thought about this cover, which is why I love working with all of you, because the possibilities are endless for the creativity. So let me do a share screen for you. And as soon as you see the picture pop up, go ahead and talk about your cover, where people can get your book, all that good stuff. And then when you're done, let me know you're done, and then I'll bring you up and I'll spotlight you for your feature. Okay, so here we go.
Right, cool. Hi, friends. So this is my cover. My book is called Lungs. And it's because I focus a lot on different parts of the body and health and sort of spiritual healing. And I noticed that there was sort of a pattern in this book where I was focusing on breathing, and lungs. So I did design this cover myself. I used a lot of generated images and a lot of putting them together. So there was a lot of like copying and pasting, and I edited it through an online program called Canva. And I basically just decided that um, I don't know, I wanted to add sort of like this like nature and sort of like mystical aspect to Oregon. So I decided, and I've seen this online before, I decided to have lungs full of hearts, or not hearts, flowers. Um, and I also wanted something really simple. Some of my favorite poets who inspire me have very simple, sort of like standout-ish covers. Like I like the white on top of the black, so I wanted to go for that. And that's all. So we can't hear
See, I
you.
knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. I would be like so excited, and then I would be muted. But yes, all right. So let me go ahead and spotlight Sarah. Remember, when you come up to read, y'all tell us where to find you, where to follow you, where to get the book, how to pre-order, all of those amazing good things. After Sarah will be Quinn. So Quinn, you're on deck. After Quinn will be Rose Gold, the poet Rose Gold. So just so y'all know who's going to be coming up shortly after Sarah, I'm going to spotlight you and take it away, beautiful.
I just realized that like you can't really see me that well, but that's okay. I'll be like glowing from the background. So I'm doing pre-orders like mostly through me, like through DMs and stuff. The only place that you can find me online is on my Instagram at Lady Elf, but Elf has two F's on it. So if you find me on Instagram, I'll take all pre-orders through there, and I do post some poetry there as well. Similar to my last reading, I wanted to keep it sort of short. I only picked two poems today, and like Torrin B, my poems do not have titles. So I'll just call them like poem 1 and poem 2. All right, so poem 1. My mother was not an easy woman to love. The pale cracks in her crimson red lips almost made up for the crimson red wine that she filled her lungs with before the stars rose over the mountains. Her hands were not the gentle hands of a mother. They were the rough hands of a matron, calloused and scarred from a life's harsh lessons and a journey of misfortune. Her eyes reflected sadness over wisdom. Sadness for a world that she believed had forgotten her and left her, abandoned like an old vanity wipe in an empty trash can. But my mother taught me well. She taught me everything has a story, everything a purpose. When I see vanity wipes smeared with black charcoal and lipstick that looks like blood, I take it from the cold puddle it was harboring itself in, and with my eyes I choose to find its beauty. My mother was not an easy woman to love, but love is not supposed to be easy, and I chose to love her anyways. So that was the first poem. And this next one, I don't know if I should do a trigger warning for it. It does have a description of death. It's not violent, but I wanted to put that out there. Okay. My father ordered me a pizza topped with pepperoni, contempt, and a little bit of desperation, 43 minutes after your heart ceased beating underneath your ribcage. The delivery driver arrived and rang the doorbell 68 minutes after I watched your cracked lips fall open, watched your swollen gray tongue fall out, and felt your hand grow limp and cold in my hand. 73 minutes after you died, I sat in the amber glow of the fire pit, and I watched you die over and over and over in those flames, flickering scornfully to the beat of a heart that no longer pumped blood. 78 minutes after you were declared dead by the nurse, an already cooling slice of pizza on a greasy paper plate was shoved in my face as my father loudly demanded, "Stop thinking about her." 86 minutes after you left this world, I pondered your existence over a slice of grease, dairy, and pepperoni. But I also pondered how a woman's father could demand that of his child, demand that she turn off the memory of her mother's death, the same way he learned to turn off his emotions. I didn't learn from the best. So that's it. That's all I'm reading today.
Oh man, Sarah Doolittle, let's go. I'm gonna invite y'all to unmute and give it up. Show some love, please. For that is a very great,
excellent job.
Yeah, great job.
And lovely cover to match.
Good job. Good job. Thank you.
Excellent.
right.
I didn't learn from the best. Okay, then. Yeah, that was a great way to end the piece.
That trickled down trauma, right? Brooklyn in the house. Erica Floyd is here. All right. Anyways,
I love her excitement. I don't know if anybody else is ever that excited for me to enter a room. Bless you.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm
you.
so excited every time. And I got to meet Erica in person, y'all. She's real. She's a real whole human.
Definitely.
Oh, I love this. All right, so I'm going to do a mute all. Let's keep going today. Next up, we have Quinn Collard and Elizabeth Oots, who is just amazing. They are wonderful and incredible, beautiful human beings. They are the epitome of the community coming together to plug back into each other. So Elizabeth was referred to me from Shane Maynard from Guerrilla Poets, and we published Elizabeth as a debut author in 2022.
Yep.
And 2022, wow, that
Yeah.
was so long ago, right?
I know.
um and she designed her own cover art, and I was like, wow, this is such a cool cover, you should come be a cover artist. And she was like, okay. And since then, she has helped develop cover art for other people here at Red or Green Books. So it's kind of dipping within the community for our cover artists. And I got to meet Elizabeth at the Charlotte Poetry Festival when I met Erica and a bunch of other poets in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I got to meet Elizabeth Oots in person and hug her. I assure you she's real as well. And she's just lovely. She's a lovely person. She's exactly the kind of
Thank you.
person who I would love to work with. And if I like to work with her, then I know that you are in trusted hands to work with her as your cover artist. And so Quinn and Elizabeth were just a wonderful match, I think, for cover. And then when I got the cover art, it was just so feminine and beautiful and perfect. Like, so I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen. And we only have the front cover ready today, but we're working on the back as well. Again, the covers are up on the website, so you can go read the reviews. The reviews that we're going to read in August when we do the book signing. So we'll have all the reviews in, but those that are in right now are up on the website, so you can certainly tap into those. We'll give you ladies a few minutes to talk about the cover art, and then we'll bring Quinn up to do her full featured set. So let me do a share screen, and there you go.
Yep. Oh, yeah, thanks. So I was so honored to work with Quinn. And when she said she wanted kind of a landscape, sunset, sunrise, I was like, sure. But inside I was like, oh crap, I've never done that before. Um, I'm I'm pretty much a mixed media artist who does abstracts. So nothing usually looks like something recognizable. So this was just a great partnership, learning about Quinn, what her influences were. Specifically the title is, it's, and she'll tell you again, but it's from an Emily Dickinson poem. So we wanted this to kind of pop. And so, yeah, this was a great challenge for me to stretch myself as an artist. So again, just so honored to work with Marissa, and it was great to work with Gwen and have something out there that she was happy with. And I was happy with. And so now I'm going to like, okay, I can do this. I can do landscapes. So, yeah. So again, thank you, Marissa, for the opportunity to do this, and thank you, Quinn, for picking me to do this, because it's been a real honor to do this, and I can't wait to see your book.
Quinn, did you want to comment on the cover while it's
Yeah, it was so exciting to work with Elizabeth and see her bring this just thing in my head into the world. This beautiful piece of art. I Yeah, because my title is And Shatter Me with Dawn, I had a sort of moving from sunset to dawn sort of image, and Marissa just a couple of times said, "Oh, are these colors too bright for you?" And I had to say that colors will never ever be too bright for me, Elizabeth. And just being able to see the way she was able to bring this dreamy, beautiful, colorful thing to life was such a thrill.
awesome.
Yeah,
It is
thank
such
you.
a beautiful cover. It's so feminine and just lovely. It's one of those things that like my eye is drawn to on a table with lots of books. So I really hope people do pick it up. I forgot to mention that I met Quinn in person when she came to Albuquerque with her mom. We went out to lunch. I took her to the Frontier, which is where we went for the team dinner at the summit last year. So I did also get to meet Quinn in person. I love whenever I can meet these poets in person. It just totally puts, like, what did Torrin said it was a chef's kiss. Like he said the cover was a chef's kiss, right? It's a chef's kiss on the whole experience of being able to get to know all these human beings that you work with, that we've all gotten used to being online through the pandemic and through COVID, that, you know, to actually tie into some sort of physical connection and meeting with these human beings is just so much fun. All right, I'm going to bring up Quinn for her set. If you need to know how much time you have left, let me know. Poet Rose Gold is on deck. Stacy Dyson is in the room. And so we have the Tesoro women in the house. And Tesoro is the Worldwide Women's Organization that we're part of, which we'll talk about when I bring Rose Gold up. And I don't see Rebecca in the house, but that's Rebecca Dressin. She's the cover artist for Rose Gold, but that's all right. We'll still bring up the cover and talk a little bit about that. And welcome everyone who is just joining us. Thank you for being here. Rich Boucher in the house. All right, Quinn, let me spotlight you, my dear, and take it away.
Hello. So excited to be here again with all these amazing fellow debut poets. So excited to see all the gorgeous and intriguing arts that everyone is debuting. And hello, I'm Quinn. I am so thrilled to be fulfilling my lifelong dream of having this book come out. My book is just titled And Shatter Me with Dawn, which is, as already mentioned, from one of my formative poetic influences, Emily Dickinson, who, like I'm gathering a lot of us here, was not a fan of titles. I do give my poems titles, but it's very difficult, and Emily just did the numbering all of her poems, and so I thought I will snag this very interesting line of hers for my own title for this book. My book is divided into quadrants. Each one is thematically based around one of the 4 seasons, which also felt like a reason to bring Emily in, as she was so good at writing about the natural world in her own very distinctive way. I have I'm going to drop in the chat and also tell y'all that I have a couple of socials where you can hit me up. I have my slick official author website just so close to being finished. I thought I would have it ready to go today, but I had a couple more things to do than I expected. But for now, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to pre-order the book, probably the best way to do that right now is to direct message me on Instagram. But I will have that Slick Pro author site coming up very soon. And I also am going to be doing a Word is Right feature, the sister site next Saturday at 5 o'clock Pacific. So if you want to hear more of my stuff, then please make it out to that. And that's about all I've got for preliminaries. So now I have 5 poems for y'all. Couple of springtime ones, and then summer, autumn, and ending with winter today. This first one is called Space Needle, Early April Afternoon. The cerulean sky's been scrubbed clean, clear as a slate before a lesson. The golden capsule elevators dip and rise, dip and rise. Blushing tulips and laughing golden-headed daffodils ring all around. Everyone is still holding the same long breath, waiting. This next one is called Crinoline Vortices, which was a phrase in The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot that I just loved. As you might be gathering, I'd sort of magpie little bits and pieces of other works that I find inspiring in some way. A spiral of pastels and softness, a bright morning song, remembering that a needle can be a creative tool and a weapon too. Now moving into summer, Ladybug, polka dots and lucky days, pear pan collars and houses on fire, a heavy load to carry, on your delicate shimmering wings. For autumn, this one is called A Fire of Bones. Throw yourself into the fire and let it devour you. The lopsided etchings in your skin, the time-thickened blood in your heart, the aching marrow in your bones, all ready to be reduced to ash. The moon is newly hatched. The sky is open-armed and waiting. And then for winter, I've got The Birthday of the Unconquered Sun. When you underestimate me, when you believe me vanquished by the darkness, a vibrant advertisement for the arrival of a long since departed circus now pasted over with thick black paper. Know this, I am gathering strength. I am collecting together my luminous warriors in their radiant armor. I will emerge blazing and glorious, heavy with the power to create and demolish and create again. And that's it for me today. Thank you all so much. So excited to be going through this very exciting process with so many other talented poets and artists and the wonderful community. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome, wonderful. Thank you, Quinn Collard. I'm gonna invite everyone to unmute and give it up for you. Give you a round of applause for your reading today.
Hey, Quinn.
Excellent job.
Thank you, everybody.
Wonderful job.
I love it, right? So one of the big cornerstones of the debut poets is that we don't have to do this alone, right? We can do this together. And all of the poets who come before have laid a foundation, and the 10 of you are laying the foundation for the next poets. And it is such an incredible community, almost like it's like a family. Really, it truly has become like a family. Many of us have gotten very close, become very good friends and peers in this industry, and opening doors for other people to be here. And so I thank all of you for being on this journey to a million words. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute all and bring up the next reader is the poet Rose Gold. It's like it just like she come out of me like that. It cannot come out like, next up is the poet Rose Gold, because it can't come out like that. Nobody ever meets the poet Rose Gold and ever says her name without some sort of sparkle in it. So I'm so excited that she is on this launch. Rose Gold lives very close to me, but she's also a Tesoro sister, right? So we're part of the Worldwide Women's Organization Tesoro. Kelly Mary McAllister is in there as well. Shaki G's in the room. Many other women around the world are part of this this movement of creating beautiful, safe spaces for women to go and read their work and do their work and all this wonderful stuff. So I'm excited that she is part of this launch. She also is going to be at the summit here in September. So get your asses here. That's all I can say about that. This is the most important thing you can do is mark your calendars and be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. All right. So Rebecca Jeskin is the cover artist for her. And I love it because Rebecca, because she's not here, I'm going to give her a little love. She is not only a cover artist, but she is a musician here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. She is opening with her band, opening the New Mexico Poetry Summit on Friday night. We call it lipstick punk rock, lipstick rock. It is an all women, all queer band. It is an amazing group that she's put together, and the music is phenomenal. So not only is she, helping to participate in what we're doing, but she's also a cover artist in designing beautiful, beautiful cover art for multiple people on this launch. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen. So Rose Gold, when you see the picture come up, you can go ahead and talk about the cover, anything you want to say. When you're done, let me know, and then I'll bring you up and spotlight you for your feature read today. All right, let me see. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
Sorry, was that me?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
Okay, so this actually is not the first attempt to get a book published. This is actually the first time that it's actually come to fruition. And I know one of my main concerns was to find a cover artist that could actually get into my head and convey what my work is trying to say. The title, Poetry is a Love Language. I don't know if you're all familiar with the book, The Five Love Languages, but to me, poetry is the sixth. And that's not a language that everyone could speak with authority and with clarity and just with passion. And the subtitle, but first let me tell you something, is I love you enough to want to tell you the truth, whether it's the truth about me or the truth of what's going on around us. So, and I've been published in a lot of anthologies, but at the end of the day, once it comes out and you have it in your hand, it's not nearly the same feeling, because that product is not yours. This is mine. This is mine. You understand? And at flowers upon flowers to Rebecca, I wish she was here, but I love that she was able to get into my head and put this on a cover. I am just thrilled to the moon and back that this is finally happening, and I have something to call my own. And yeah, so that's why I'm waiting for them to come, because I'm gonna be in Vegas middle next month and I can't get there empty handed because there's some people who are waiting on this book. So family who's waiting on this book. So thank you, Marissa, for this. And just thank you everybody who's been, along for the ride for the past few years with me. So, okay. With that, yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and stop share screening. Get that off for you. Sorry, the Chromebook is like, oh, we're going to be a little slow now. But that's okay, because now that squeal that you saw about the cover, that's how I feel about this poet. All right, so let's go. Poet Rose Gold, you take your time. If you need to know how much time you have left, let me know. Tesoro in the house. After Rose Gold, we have Amanda Wynn, Miss Lovely Arizona, followed by Laura Lila. Let me spotlight you, my friend, and take it away.
You have the right to spit fire. Anything you say can and will be used to burn blasphemies to the ground. You have the right to live life free from generational curses. If you cannot afford these yokes and burdens, feel free to leave them at the foot of the microphone. And that's actually how my book starts, with my Miranda warning. The very first poem that follows, I actually wrote February of 2001. That is the month that my dad became an ancestor, February 1st, 2001. And today's Father's Day. And I thought it would be fitting for this particular event to start just with the poem that I wrote in memory of my dad, Joseph Yancey, way back in February of that year. So it is called Written in the Sky. Mine eyes have seen the passing of another sunset, giving way to successor twilight and its celestial pearls. I see you, Daddy. You're a star now, illuminating the road to forever. Show me the way to Alpha and Omega. This world is lonely. Daddy's little girl is merely a big baby without her right arm. No one to curse our valiant boys in blue and orange. They traded Chris Childs the other day. There is no balance in my constitution, as a fraction of my spirit left all time and space, cradled in the bosoms of cherubs. Emerald Isles saw Stevie's inner visions, amaretto hued, easy like Sunday morning. Danced with Rubber Band Man, sallied forth through earth, wind, and fire, floor-sham shod, creased, cuff-linked, labored until the edge of night under the cloak of nocturnals. No need to look beyond the horizon to find you. Here's your success story. You didn't make it to the mountaintop, but through me, you'll reach the apex. So it is written. That's my first time ever reading that out loud. So, okay, I was gonna do this. This is another piece I don't do too often, but it's absolutely one of my favorites. And yes, it is in the book. It's called "This Poem Was Brought to You by the Letter P." Pardon this interruption. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. Newsflash, our planet is in peril. Perplexed? Ponder living in a perpetual state of panic, previewed as prey by persons who painstakingly pursued you as their favorite pastime. To them, it's a constant state of play, a simply puerile state of mind. Plainly put, their persistence pushes them to be persuaded by their perverted sense of pride. Thus, your pigmentation, a symbol of perfection, is in direct violation of Articles W, H, I, T, and E. While projected by the media's projectile vomiting, promoting the practice of character assassination, pride pleads for them to pull you apart and peer into your soul that attempted to escape from your fetid corpse that they left hemorrhaging in the streets. Punished disproportionately in the classroom, trauma in the pre-K. Palpitations riddle the hearts of chocolate cherubs portrayed as pint-sized felons in waiting, pursuant to the school to prison pipeline. So you see, all is going according to plan. Yesterday was the day to start practicing your Huey P. Black Panther pistol grip. Today is not the day to lose your religion, but to start planning insurrection and revolt, and to purge patriarchy like the pussies you were plucked from at birth. The time has passed for the peacemaker. No longer are we seeking reconciliation from those who purloined our persons and property. Where is your passion? Did you use it all up for the pledge? Well, make a promise to your own self that you will not go quietly into the night, paralyzed into inaction by fear. Instead, quicken your pace. Pass me the mobile so we can record the furious styles of a millennium revolution, pulsating at a fevered pitch. Then pause for effect. And shoo, child. Drinking that Uncle Nearest makes me hot. Okay, where are we going next? Where are we going? Okay. Marissa, how much time do I have? Marissa? Did you mute yourself, Marissa? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. This next piece is called "What Color Is Your Noise?" In the immortal words of the GOAT, MC Light, hot damn ho, here we go again. Back to the lab with pad and pen, armed to the teeth with fodder from the very latest in American foibles. I have to admit, sometimes I wish this rogue nation wouldn't supply us with all this ammunition because, you see, I'd love to waste time writing about kittens and puppies and fluffy clouds, but it's easier to craft lyrics of disdain about the things that hate me, like America and her prodigal sons and daughters of the faux revolution mercilessly lampooned on the lines of this page. But at the end of the day, will it truly bring change? I say again, will it really and truly? Mr. Cook, you told us a change was gonna come. It's been 57 years since you've blessed us with those words, Mr. Cook. You promised us. See, change didn't arrive with Obama. It missed the connecting flight to hope. I can be quoted as saying the pen is a weapon. Perhaps if I were to jab it into my opponent's jugular or poison their drink with my ink. I'm not the 70s hippies planting carnations in the muzzles of military police rifles. Sorry, Father, but that's not how this flower wants to exercise her power. I don't want to continue being a part of this predictable plot twist where they shoot, we die, we rage, they lie, they no charge, we cry, we hashtag, we wave BLM flag, we get bitter, we black Twitter. Then they get to return to their regularly scheduled racism. Therefore, I assume my fighter stance and keep my ear to the streets in anticipation of the next failed insurrection. Forget prayer posture. There's nooses swinging in the breeze, and the Wu-Tang Clan told me to protect my neck. Cooter and them still mad that Reconstruction was not our destruction, but so not sorry, you cannot deconstruct melanin. How can they still find our radiance so abhorrent? Why, Roy Ayers said, everybody loves the sunshine. Yes, I do wish that one day they'll grow tired of being the foil for my art. But there they go again with that smack, that so much stank, that trash talk, that diarrhea of the mouth. One has to wonder why they sit on their asses and not their faces. Wrathful because we aim to curb their blonde ambitions, intent on eclipsing our rays of light with their rancor. Fragile and atrophied because they never exercise that muscle called accountability. But spring is coming. So what you gonna do, you scribe, Pied Piper, griot, foghorn, poet? What color is your noise? It is separation season. Eventually, you will have to vacate the safety and security of these Hollywood squares because the real challenge is out in them streets, in your schools, your jobs, your churches, even. When the hour is upon you, will you unleash the beast or stay muzzled? A Rottweiler's jaws wield 328 pounds per square inch of pressure, so there is no question as to why it shows no fear. So likewise, there will have to come a time when your bite has to be worse than your bark, when your words will leap off the papyrus and form flesh around dry bones, joining together in battle, in living color, parting the seas of hate and leading the true-hearted onward to the promised land. I am the poet Rose Gold. Continue to bloom. Thank you.
Let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh my God. Now you know what I know. And that makes me very excited. Let me hang on. Let me ask everyone to unmute. I don't know, did that work? And give it up for the one and only poet Rose Gold.
I love her.
Woo!
Hey,
Mm,
good job,
always
honey.
fun.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Always
Well
fun.
done.
Tesoro in the house. So
Yeah.
yes, like I said, you can always go onto the website and find all of the bios for everyone. Most of the reviews are all up on the website as well. So you can read what people are saying so far about the books. If your book does not have a review on the website, you need to get with me so I can get it up on the website. And that'll allow folks to be able to read. So you can get directly to her, get her books. Rose Gold, where can people find you, follow you, all that good stuff?
Okay, I was just in the process of typing that in the chat. My apologies. I do not yet have a website set up yet to pre-order. However, if you have my phone number, text me. If you are following me on either Instagram or Facebook, both handles is just the Poet Rose Gold. Just DM me. Website coming forth has to come quickly because some books are coming soon. But yes, if you want to order a book, just hit me up either way. So, but again, thank you for your support and thank you for coming along the ride.
I'm so excited. So Rose Gold is the very first poet you hear in the 2024, in the 2023 New Mexico Poetry Summit movie, and her work features throughout that film. So go check it out. If you have not gone to the YouTube channel yet, please do so you can see what it will be like here in September. And like I said, get your ticket. If you got to walk, bus, bike, no, don't bike unless it's a motorcycle. And then even still don't do it because it's New Mexico. Nobody looks for motorcyclists here. Take the train, take a flight, whatever you need to do. Get here in September. It is going to be an amazing, amazing time. All right, next up we have Ms. Lovely Arizona, Amanda Wynn, who I've had the opportunity to meet multiple times with, and she's
My ice
really
cream
become
buddy.
my sister. Are you getting sick and tired of those ice cream videos
No, I
yet?
can't wait to go have ice cream. I haven't had ice cream since I saw you, so I'm waiting.
Right.
I'm holding my ice cream cravings for you.
We need to have ice cream. Yes, very much so. Very true. So Amanda was here in September. She'll be back here in September for the New Mexico Poetry Summit as a featured reader, coming as a debut poet. So exciting to have her back. And she did the cover art for her book. I'm going to go ahead and do it for it, which is such a great cover. I love it. I never know what people are going to come up with until it gets sent to me and it's like Christmas. So I'm very, very excited.
It's like Christmas for us too when we figure it out.
Yeah, and I highly encourage everyone to take a video of yourself when you're opening your box of books for the first time.
Of course.
I'm kind of like a sentimental, mushy woman, but let me tell you, it is one of the cornerstones of the awesome things that will happen in your life, and you should definitely have some sort of documentation of that. All right, let me go do a share screen, and I'll pull the book up. When you see it, Amanda, you're welcome to go ahead and comment on that.
I
And
did send you the back art as well. I know I don't know if you have that or not.
I'll
Okay.
see if I can. I'll see if I can pull it up
Okay.
for this. But right now, all I have is the front. So
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
let you do this, and then we'll see. All right, hang on.
Thank you. I'm going to read one of the pieces from the book. I'm very excited to finally have finished something so amazing. With Marissa's help,
Wait,
I
wait,
would
wait, wait,
not
wait.
be
You have to comment on your cover art
on the
first.
cover art. Oh my gosh. First of all, I've done this
Yes.
cover art like 20 times until I got this piece. I have to give a major shout out to Priceless Black Noise, because as I was trying to figure out what this is my final art piece, he helped me with the title, and it just makes so much sense for what I'm putting out. So I'm very excited. Indelible means to be ink stained, basically. Something ink smudged with ink is something that you can't remove. So it's just leaving an impression on your heart, a lasting impression on your heart through the ink in this book. So I think it's going to be something to remember. Okay. You want me to read now?
Well, hang on one sec. So let me stop share and let me show you the back, because I did pull the back cover.
Marissa took this picture, by the way, when we were in Charlotte.
Which I just saw. I was like, oh my God, she used the picture. I love
Of
it. It's such a wonderful picture of you. Like I said, I'm a super sentimental, mushy woman, and when I see my friends are in like they look so beautiful in a moment, I like to take the picture. And we were in Charlotte, North Carolina a couple months ago for the Charlotte Poetry Festival, and we were in this cute little coffee shop breakfast thing, and they had this whole like reading nook area, and she just picked up a book and started reading it, and the light was coming through the windows, and it was this gorgeous kind of scene. And I snapped this picture because you were beautiful. I was like, I just got to take this picture.
Well, it was one of my favorite pictures too, because it absolutely captivated the moment of what we were going through, right? And we were literally just across the street from the festival. And yeah.
Like that should even maybe be your front cover too. You can make it the front and the back.
It's beautiful.
But it's gorgeous. It was just wonderful. And we had a really great time that weekend. Black Noise was there. Shaki G was there. Of course, it was Coach Shaw's Poetry Festival. So we had a great time. But it's a wonderful thing. Like, go to these summits and meet these people and promote your book and promote your poetry. And come in September. You can hear her perform live and meet her in person. So I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you, Ms. Lovely Amanda Wynn, and take it away.
Okay, this is called Gentle Giant. Unearthed, wakened from a slumber only sleeping giants would understand. Groggy and blurry-eyed, anger so deep it wells up inside me like a volcano about to explode at any moment, destroying everything in its path. No one can understand it. Impossible to respect. Fear does not lead to affection or closeness of any kind. It creates separation and anxiety for all who enter. Finding a balance of words and emotions seems to be an impossible feat. When the words you say are not heard and emotions unfelt, kick me when I'm down, the running theme of life. The only way to survive is stumble but not fall. No one is there to catch you. Feeling close to anyone seems to be so temporary. Why would I be given such a heavy purpose, an extraordinary love to serve and revitalize an inhabitants that I perceive to have no value to my existence? Could my reflection be fallacious? Is my perception to blame? Could it be the jaded colored glasses that were passed down to me be at fault? Anger, not one of my best emotions, but powerful and quiet. All reasoning aside, I allow it to become my fuel, to plunge headfirst on a journey of why, removing my glasses and seeing myself as those that cry out for help, and become the gentle giant to myself that has so long protected everyone else. Anyone who said, "Let sleeping giants lie," never understood the giant's why. This is a new piece. Second. Oops. This is called Fountain of Black. This is actually written for AJ. This is about Professor. The professor's pen, too smooth to smudge, he reminds me of Abraham, pen of many nations, raising poets with purpose in their ink, filling their wells with knowledge that will save our tribes. Answering ancestral calling, his soul has seen things we could never comprehend. His presence demands a respect only read about. More than a guardian, he dwells with us. Sacrifice is not lost on him. History lesson in motion teaches us to scribe truth. Don't throw your thoughts away. Catch them while you can. Mitigator of strife, steeped in the scent of ink and possibilities. A maestro of narratives, orchestrating symphonies, breathing life into dormant imaginations. More than a mentor, a custodian of creativity. His presence is a resting place. Fountain of Black, a well spring of excellence. His pen more than a tool, a magician's wand. Crafting worlds never discovered, each stroke a journey, each word a flare. His inkwell, an endless reservoir of magic, a portal to realms where the mind roams free. Raising poets like me with purpose in our ink. Okay, one more. I'm gonna do one more and I'm done. Drowning in the sorrow of my own misery, I find my peace. The echoing of silence vibrates through my being like tremors through the mantle of this rock. I sense my soul. So broken and bruised, the thought of a healed human seems so far from reality, like the furthest universe in the furthest galaxy. I excavated my strength, holding on to the things that I once longed for more than life itself. I almost took my life myself. I encountered gratitude, free falling into abyss of darkness like the fallen angels locked into the realm of the dead. I unraveled my freedom, tied to the past mistakes of those before me. My mistakes pale in comparison, yet still feel less than who I was called to be, still more than my misery, louder than my soul cries, brighter than forgiven souls. I discovered my life. Through trauma and pain, the path becomes more relevant. Not one tear was in vain, nor one loss, only gain. See, the universe held me in its arms. No matter my choice, it was right for me. Too cloudy to see, head wrapped up in the haze, they sold me as fresh air and summer breeze, taking the path of least resistance, monopolizing time that I no longer had to squander, unburdened by unnecessary obstacles. I grasped the freedom to unfurl my most authentic essence and unfold my truest self, embracing purpose, stepping forward unencumbered by the weight of resistance. I am liberated.
Was that your last poem?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was like so entranced with your voice. I'm like, oh. Y'all don't even know, like, because we all read to each other so often. Like, Lovely's voice, it just like puts me in a happy place, and I'm just like, I can't wait for September. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you again. I miss you. In fact, well, if it came down the pipe that I don't have to work tomorrow because the pool's closed at the gym, and otherwise I would have come to Phoenix. I would have come and hung out this weekend. But yeah, I don't
Lots
know.
to
We'll
do,
see
I
how
know.
long it's closed for. Maybe if I can find out, if I could do some digging and see if it's closed all week, maybe I'll, because I'm in a whole house by myself, no other humans. And it's wonderful for me. But also I'm kind of like, well, hey, I could just try to.
You have freedom to go places.
Yeah. I mean, it's hotter than the sun right now in Phoenix, but it's all
Oh,
right.
man.
It is what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's wonderful. All
No
right. So
hotter
if
than
you
it
were
was
not,
last year when you came.
no. Well, so I want to take the girls back to the ocean in July. So we'll be, of course, coming through during the hottest part of
Okay.
the season.
Awesome.
Um,
Well, you guys
but
can
also,
find me on belovelyaz.com. Miss Lovely AZ on everything. If you go to my bio on Instagram, Facebook, you can find my link tree. It'll have everything in there. Once Marissa and I finish what we need to finish, then you guys can do the pre-orders, which I would really appreciate it. I can't wait to come out to New Mexico for the summit. I'm so excited.
we're
We're
gonna
gonna
have
have
a
a
great time.
blast.
You know, Just Stars in Phoenix right now. You should
I
reach out to her.
know.
She's
No,
right
she's
now.
she's already reached out to me. She's gonna be visiting. She's gonna be here for like 2 weeks or something. So
Well, she's going to be, she's popping to other places around the U.S. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm going to do some digging and find out really if it's going to be, if the pool's going to be closed
me, you,
all
and
week.
her together in one place is a problem.
I'm coming to your house. I'm knocking on your door. I'll be like, Lovely, I'm here.
We're gonna
Let's
be a
go.
problem.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. All right. We always have a good time together. All right. Next up, we have Laura Lila coming all the way from Houston, who I'm super excited about. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Because Lovely and I were all talking. I'm gonna invite everyone to unmute and give it up for Ms. Lovely, the wonderful Amanda Wynn. If you would like to
Thank
unmute
you.
your mic.
Thank you.
Woo! Well read in your feature.
Beautiful.
Well read. Bestie.
Wonderful.
I love you, Jack.
It's totally fortuitous, right? That we're all like, I think we all vibe really well together. It's such a great launch. I love it. All right, next up, we have Laura Lila coming all the way from Houston. Let me find her and ask her to unmute, and we'll go ahead and share her cover art. Hi. And her cover artist is Elizabeth Oots, who, of course, we heard from earlier. So I'm going to do a share screen and have Elizabeth and Laura talk a little bit about their cover art, the concepts, all that stuff. And then we'll remute everyone and we'll bring Laura up for her full feature set. And she said she wants to come to the summit. So I'm not putting her on the spot, but I think that would be like so awesome. Because then she can meet so many more of the poets here. So let me do a share screen, and dun, 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 there it is. And take it away, ladies.
Lara, do you want to start with your idea?
Elizabeth, you have meant so much to me throughout this journey. When you said to me that I pushed you out of your comfort zone as well, I was like, oh my gosh, she's inspired me to keep going, because imposter syndrome is real. And so I loved the idea of expressing colors of fall. That is actually my favorite season. And obviously becoming forever changing leaves, it is something to express of embracing change, embracing life and death. And nature is our best way of expressing that. And it's an ongoing acceptance. So yeah, everything was pretty much in my head for the longest. And then she put it all together, and this is really like a whole journal basically. But Elizabeth, say something, because he did such a great job.
Oh, thank you. It was such a pleasure also to work with you. Just like the thoughts you had. Laura sent me some of her poems to start with, and so I had this kind of idea of what she was after. And again, this is not my comfort zone. I don't paint things that look like things. So this was, although leaves, I do love fall. So that was a good season for me. So we just kind of worked together, and there were specific leaves that are native to Texas. So those are included in there. Laura loves the idea of pine cones. So we've got some of those and acorns. So we just kind of went back and forth about like what leaves we liked and what colors we wanted. Um, and then just kind of muted them a little bit so we could see the title and stuff. But it was just so much fun to work on this, and also scary. But yeah, I feel so good about the cover. I think it's beautiful, and I really hope that it captures kind of what your poems are speaking to in the book. So yeah, it was just again such a pleasure to work with everybody. I'm so happy to have Marissa, like, having former poets be her artist, and again, just such a privilege. So turn it back over to Lara.
Oh yeah, this has been an idea for me on 2019 around that time. I actually had started collecting a lot of leaves. Like I had a bag of leaves of my adventures around Texas, and I said this is what my book's going to be about, expressing how to embrace change and have this full acceptance that that's all we really have sometimes. Sometimes it's just change that needs to happen. And it brings me to tears because it was like, it's actually here. And I'm just so grateful for all the support. Like I said, Elizabeth, our check-ins were everything to me. Honestly, it was definitely stuff that I had to look forward to and just keep going. So that's pretty much about the cover.
It's so awesome, right? It really is so much fun to connect these people together, and to be like how lucky we are to work with the people we work with, right? And it allows the poets now to go back next year and perhaps pay it forward, whether through reviews or through book club or through coming just to support and support during these shows. There are a lot of Red or Green Books authors in the room right now, not part of this launch, who are just here supporting. And sometimes that makes all the difference for these young up and coming authors who, this is their first book and it's a little scary. And they don't really know yet what they're doing. This is a wonderful learning process, an incubator, if you will, for greatness. And Laura is no slouch when it comes to being honest in her poetry, and her book is truly such a bright light. And she talks about a lot of things that hit close to home for me on a personal level. And so I've really enjoyed getting to know her, and to read her book, and knowing that Elizabeth will take very good care of her cover and her artwork. So I'm so excited, to think about something that was from 2019 to 2024.
Yeah.
Right. So don't ever stop dreaming. Don't ever stop believing. I mean, to have a physical bag of leaves like that, there is no more manifestation than something that's physical, right? You write it down, you think it, you speak it, but to live it every day, to have that be part of your journey, and now to see it come to fruition, it just means so much more, I think, to all of us, who do this, because we love it. So thank you for being here, Laura. If you're able to come to the summit, let me know. I'll put you on the waiting list to perform for the main event, because I do have, I will probably have at least 1 or 2 slots open for the main event. So if you're coming, let me know. We'll get you settled. All right, so I'm going to turn this over to Laura. Next up is Kelly Mary McAllister. So Kelly, get yourself ready, and I turn it now over to Laura. Let me spotlight you. There you go.
Yeah, so I'll get the stuff out of the way. You can find me on Instagram as LLAU 45, 48. Changing my number already. 48 and I'm on also Facebook, but I did open an Etsy shop for my book. And that's pretty much what I'm selling. You could find it by searching the title of the book, Becoming Forever Changing Leaves, or just my name, Laura Lila. You can find me there. So that's perfectly fine. And I did want to share my shirt because I got this on Etsy too. So it says, "Some things only poetry can say." Because honestly, in my culture and in any kind of culture, you know, you're always hushed by oversharing or sharing an expression or an emotion. And poetry did give me that outlet to say, hey, you know what, you're okay. It's okay to feel things. And since our last big group Zoom that we had, it inspired me to actually put in my recordings in my book. So I will have QR codes in my book along with the poetry that I've written. So it's a whole experience what I'm creating with this book. It's audio, there's visual arts that I created myself, and poetry that I wrote throughout 2018 to up until 2023. And some of the art that came through to being on this book was actually created in the early 2000s and early 2003. So it's just so amazing how I collected everything and it's now putting all together. And yeah, so this is a little bit about me. I did select a couple small pieces of my poetry to read today. So I've never written this before. I mean, I never spoke out loud these pieces, so I will be nervous and I might cry. So there you go. I'm just gonna give you that already a forewarning. Okay, so the first one is called Choice. Where are the lines that differentiate from a crave to a craze? Imagination to a reality? I ponder these questions as society picks and chooses our passions for us. Same item, different prices, all because of the area that we choose to live. Choice? I question our free will on so many different levels because of our conditionings. Our seasons are in constant change, adapting. In observation, my eyes refuse to look away. But you see, I have to admit, my hands are not mine anymore, but this bag of meat and bones is. My feet are driven by a force I cannot see, but feel. Yet I stumbled until I learned how to lean into faith. Learning how life is simply passive souls passing one another to hear what the universe needs us to hear. And that's one. The other one, I titled it Brain Fog. What I think people consider as brain fog when it comes to being a symptom of having a chronic illness, it's mostly the fact that we're trying to ignore the burning sensation, looking away for a way out. The numbness dancing away in tingles, the sharp stabbing pain that likes to spread, the pulse of the stitchings holding me together, the weakness ready to pour out in sweat, the rageful holds of breath stiffening my neck. That is all currently going on while you're explaining to me your new summertime muffin recipe and expect me to memorize it all. Could I continue with describing chronic pain? Yes. But I'll leave that for another time, please, because I am tired. Next one we have is, where is it? January 24th. Every order was intentionally roaming around, emotionally blind, far away from clear and direct. It's a poet's mind that wants to wander off too curiously, all to find endless traps with no ends. With God, all is never alone. Days of rebirth can take place at any moment and anywhere. A rebirth to feel every stretch, to every pull, from every end to end, over and over again. The hard lessons are always the ones that are with the most simple signs that will lead you out of hell. And next one. So another thing that's been a bit delayed, my computer decided to like die on me, so I'm borrowing my sister's laptop until further notice. Okay, here we are. This one, here it is. Oops, that wasn't it. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip that one because I can't find it now. So I got 70. Okay. Nope, that didn't go either. Okay. All right, I got one more. So this was titled Wolf. A random lost in thought moment. What would I do if I ever crossed paths with a wolf while out in nature? I'd hope it maintains its distance from me, precisely close enough to see with my eyes, it's detailed in its fur, and enough to see its glare in its eye, yet far enough to seem disinterested in me. I'd hope that he is alone and we could share a moment in time together. I'd prayed enough for the courage to stay calm and curious at the same time. I'd pray to survive that encounter. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, let's go. I'm going to invite everyone to unmute your mics and give it up for Laura Lila tonight.
Woo! Woo! Good to hear you today. Good luck with your work.
Thank you.
I thought I heard Rich Boucher's voice chiming in there, here and there. Rich Boucher is also a poet here in Albuquerque. He will be here at the summit in September. So y'all got to come. You got to come and be here. So Laura, let me know if you're coming.
I will.
Oh my God, if you're coming,
the 24th, I am buying my ticket, my plane ticket. So I already got the days off of work. It's just the fact of, okay, let's buy it. Let's do it.
Yes, get your ticket. My house is pretty full, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. We'll get you somewhere. We'll get you somewhere. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. We'll get you somewhere. All right. Next up, we have Kelly Mary McAllister coming all the way from Canada. So this is, yes, an international poetry launch. Very, very excited to have another Tesoro sister in the house, ready to go with her incredible book, Deadweight. I met Kelly a couple of years ago during COVID. You know, we're a part of the Pandemic Poets, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. And I was like, I want to buy your book. And she's like, I don't have a book. And I was like, oh my God, what? It's for everyone. I mean, for all of these incredible poets, they did not have books. And I was like, well, let's remedy that. We're going to remedy that right now, ASAP. And it is so much fun to watch watch these people come to life and watch their books come to life. So Kelly, I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen.
Yes,
Kelly
please.
has a friend who's doing her cover art for her. So I'll let you discuss the cover, the journey for your cover. When you're done, let me know. I will take off the script, the share screen, and then I'll bring you up and spotlight you for your feature. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. And share.
Fabulous, thank you. So the cover itself was done by Janine Wong, who is a fabulous graphic artist, mixed media artist. She does a whole lot of work. Pleasure to call her a friend. Um, and what's interesting is my very first concept was, what if it's literally just a figure being held down, being pulled down by an anchor? Then I was like, no, that's too simple. So we went through so many iterations and discussions and possibilities and finally landed right back where we started. But she went with a very Matisse-inspired abstract figure. The collection itself, I'll talk a little bit more about, but one of the things is poems about what it's like to move through the world as a fat person. And it was very important to me that
Hold on.
the that
Wait.
the
We have someone unmuted. So let me just
no
make sure
problem.
real quick before you keep going. Okay, my dear. There you go.
Awesome. So it was really important to me that we had a figure that had heft, that had size. And I really enjoy that the cover itself has a feeling of movement. It feels as if things are rushing by you or you are rushing by it, or maybe both at the same time. And I really think she did a fantastic job, and I'm really looking forward to having it tattooed on myself one day. You know I'm gonna.
I love that. Oh my God, you should do the tattoo, the temporary tattoos of that even too.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I'll see what I
That'd
can
be
do.
so much fun, right?
Turn people into
Yeah,
walking
let's go.
billboards.
Yes, merch. You can get your merch. Kelly Mary McAllister merch is good. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over and make sure everyone is muted. So good. It looks like everyone's muted. Shaggy's gushing over your cover, and Quinn's like, yeah, she's getting, yeah, let's go. Tattoos all around. All right, so I'm gonna spotlight Kelly and then take it away. Next up, we have Jeremy.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly Mary McAllister. I want to apologize for the subpar camera situation I have going on right here. This is not how the marketers tell you how to do it. But I just had a hip replacement. So I'm recovering from major surgery. Um, Things are going well, and I owe a huge debt of gratitude to my family who have been here taking care of me, annoying the crap out of me, but mostly taking care of me. And I love them for that. Dead Weight is a collection of pieces that I didn't write them initially as a collection. I wrote them as necessary pieces. As I'm sure many of the poets here understand, sometimes you sit down to write, sometimes the writing forces you to sit down. And so many of these pieces were ones that drove me to be written because they were weighing on me. Um, and it's a collection in three parts. So the first part is The Weight, poems about what it's like to move through the world as a fat woman, which is not always the easiest thing. The second is The Dead, poems about the people I've lost. During the pandemic, I lost a close friend to suicide, as well as an uncle to what essentially amounts to the toll of a life of addiction. And those were complicated losses. So I wrote about them a lot. And then the last part is Dead Weight, what it's like to feel like the dead weight because you are disabled. I've been struggling with mobility issues. Obviously, I just got my hip replaced. But I also have mental health issues, and I've struggled with those my entire life. And so you start to feel like you're dragging other people down, like you're dragging yourself down. And so I have a lot of pieces around that subject matter. So, I figured I would give you one piece from each section. Seemed fair. So the first one is from The Weight, and it is titled The Rice Cake Offensive. Hold on, I just have to get rid of my giant face because, oh, that's better. It's so hard to look at yourself. You said, have a rice cake. They're a great snack. I can't tell if you truly believed that or if you simply wanted it to be true, wanted to be nourished, satisfied by a thing more air than substance. Perhaps you had taken the old axiom too literally. You are what you eat. You wanted to be airy and light, not solid and thick. We are porridge people, Mom. Why were you always trying to make us into vegetable sticks? You told me it was a great snack as you placed a styrofoam puck in front of me, waved a hand, eat, eat, as if the object in front of me was food, not packing material for fragile items, not a coaster for a cold drink, not bedding for my beloved pet hamster. Why was only the hamster allowed to be round and cute? You had purchased multiple flavors. I'd recently seen The Princess Bride. I don't think that word means what you think it means, Mom. You were unamused. You didn't often play with me, but now we played pretend together, nodding frantically as we chewed and chewed and chewed. I could hear you counting the calories expended as our jaws worked. The confusion of my ancestors cried out from the DNA of every cell of my body as I worked those tough bites of nothingness around my soft palate. Farmers, the lot of them. Scottish, Irish, Ukrainian, pale people who liked potatoes. Maybe that's why I was shaped like one. I manifested a culinary destiny, built to endure famine but living in a time of recreational starvation, cosmetic hunger. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I think skinny feels like the dry pebbled surface of a rice cake, barren, a desert of no dessert. In my hunger, I spent too much time ruminating. What is the purpose of food, fuel, or fun? Why would things taste good or bad if that didn't matter? I was so hungry all the time, the dry styrofoam texture making me gag as I dreamed of all the food I would eat when you couldn't see. I thought, what did I do to deserve this? But I knew. I was weighed down, was weighing you down. You wanted me to fly, but I just wanted a snack. We were the rice cake generation, the veterans of the war on fat. Ironically, eventually, the fattest generation to date. We lost the war with rice cakes. They don't make great ammunition. We grew up and celebrated the loss with real cake, chocolate, and therapy to deal with our eating disorders and the lies we were told, starting with have a rice cake. They're a great snack. So that's the rice cake offensives. We will now move together, into part two, where I have a number of poems dealing with the concept of grief. And this poem in particular, I want to acknowledge originally appeared in Grain Magazine, which is a Canadian magazine based out of Saskatchewan, and is titled A Prairie Cemetery in November. They stood as three, once four, now three, loosely affiliated by accident of birth, by shared parentage of dubious quality. The eldest wore a gash from cheek to chin, raw and wet, eyes glassy from more than just tears that fell from his eyes before catching on the ragged skin of that unhealed gash. The sister's gaze would not settle, hunting for a purpose, a task to keep her hands from idling, a shoulder in search of a hand, a cascade of tears in need of a tissue, something to save her from this feeling of nothing and everything all at once. The baby of the family wore a beard, carefully groomed. He stood apart from the others, the half apart from the whole, though he was still visibly theirs. Something about those eyes, shrewd, shell-shocked, shared. The middle brother, the prodigal returned, sat in a small blue box, resting on a small table in the middle of a small prairie cemetery. Flat white earth stretched endlessly to meet flat gray skies, tombstones peeking out from the snow like teeth bared in warning. Manitoba in November, as bleak as the conflicted grief shared in the two similar eyes of the survivors. This gathering was inevitable. It was always going to be him first. Though none of them had escaped harm, it shattered him more fully than his kin, who had each managed to limp on, finding roads to some degree of healing instead of heroin. The strings used to lower their brother, what was left of their brother, into the perfectly square hole that was his final resting place, were too short. A soft thump could just be heard, like a parcel through a mail slot. An ignominious end, but his end nonetheless. The dirt to cover him frozen. Gloved hands clawing at it with fingers clumsy with the cold, they tore at the small pile of earth, rubbed it loose between their palms until it followed him into that hole, drifting from their fingers. The first layer of dust before the boy they grew up with became a permanent part of the permafrost. There were no words of comfort or peace recited that day, for there was none to be had. Years of estrangement left the gathered feeling awkward and insufficient, but they were there. They were all there, in whatever state they could muster, at the end of a twisted road, no longer traveled together. So that is in memory of my uncle, who unfortunately his ashes did make a thump when they entered the hole in the gravesite, which was funny in a very, very dark sort of way. And the last piece is from the last section of my book. It's about mental illness in particular. So I don't want to give a trigger warning, but a content, I guess, flag. So be careful with yourself if this is an area where you too have struggled. It's called Hunted. I feel like my depression is behind me. Not that I have overcome it. Climbed out of the hole, the living grave it digs for me, sapping all the color from reality until I'm ready to lie in it, willingly. I feel like my depression is behind me like a predator. Heavy footfalls that echo my own, hot breath on the back of my neck that makes the soft hair stand up in warning. The hackles of a wolf that only attacks itself. I've danced with depression for decades. A frantic paso doble as it stalked me around the dance floor, and I twirled and I twisted and I twined, gracefully eluding any prolonged hold. Sometimes I was dipped so low I wondered at my ability to ever regain my feet. But momentum carried me through. If I never stopped moving, if I never stood still, I was safe. I danced through my life, cursed like Anderson's red shoes, but all things take a toll, and now I'm paying my dues. I can't even walk properly, let alone dance. My very bones have betrayed me. The doctors can fix it, but won't, because of what I weigh. So for the time being, I am easy prey. Who cannot run away, I can only laze about and while away the days, watching my life go astray, my mind in utter disarray, as I write these maudlin poems full of worthless cliches. My dance with depression is now a battle of wills, while my will is whittled away. I'm playing useless checkers against chessmaster skills. I'm tired of being mentally ill and physically still, with pain that no pill can kill. I feel like my depression is behind me, closer than ever before. Like a lover at my back, the probable winner of this war. I feel like my depression is behind me. I don't know what happens now. I feel like my depression is behind me. I'm so afraid to turn around. That is the end of that piece. Not going out on a high note. We are going out on a sad note. Sorry for bringing down the tone of the room and then just leaving you with it. But with that, I will turn it back over to Marissa.
Let's go. I'm
What a
going to invite
way.
everyone to unmute and give it up for Kelly Mary McAllister.
A way to end that piece. That's awesome.
So, girl, that's how you do it.
All right, Kelly.
Really, really well done. It was good to hear your work. And I don't know if you saw my comment in the chat, but I hope that you'll take a look at that. Good work today. Yeah. I hadn't heard of What's that?
You should really get her book.
Nope.
Yeah.
As well, I ought
Kelly
to.
already, yeah, Kelly already knows she's one of my top faves already.
I'm
I got
trying to get all
favorites.
these people here in September. Like Erica, you gotta get
I'm
your book
trying to
here.
get there. I haven't made my flight reservation yet.
I know, beautiful. I know you got things in the pot. I know. Don't worry, I know. But and if not this year, maybe next. Sometimes it's a process to travel, especially internationally. But I know, like, if you come, don't tell Shocky, and we're gonna scare the shit out of her together, and it'll be great. All right. I don't know. She says she's deep cleaning, so I don't know how much she's actually paying attention. All right, let's keep going. But absolutely wonderful, wonderful book. Y'all need to just get everyone's books. There's no other way about it than just to say, please support the poets, support the authors, and the press. Next up, we have Jeremy Hickson is in the house. And if there was ever a classic example of like love at first sight, it would be Jeremy. Because, like poet to poet, like the first time I met him was on Instagram. And sometimes you will let people in your Instagram room and you're not really sure what they're going to be about. And as soon as we saw Jeremy, it was like, oh my gosh, the world like just smiled, and then sunshine came out. And then of course he read his poems, and then we're like, oh my god, he was this incredible writer as well. And he had not had a book either, and I was, oh my gosh, you should come and be part of this launch. And he was like, okay. Sometimes you meet people who are just as crazy as you are, but crazy in the best way. And he was like all about, let's be part of this launch, let's go. And now he has become part of the Red or Green Books family, and I'm super honored to have him be part of what we're doing here at Red or Green Books, and to watch his dreams come true. I mean, that becomes part of our dream, right? So Jeremy, I'm going to pull up the cover for you, and you're welcome to talk about your cover. Rebecca Dressian did the cover for Jeremy as well. Unfortunately, she's not here, but she will be here in September, opening for the summit. So if you're coming in September, you'll have a chance to meet her. And let me see. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. And I will turn it over to you. And then when you're done, let me know. And then I'll take the screen share off, and then you can go into your set.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is my cover. I don't have too much to say about it besides I sit with this meditation that I'm in a lush forest, and there's a stag, and sometimes it's running, between the trees. Sometimes it's just grazing. Sometimes it's like laying behind me on its on its belly, and I'm just kind of on its side. And so I wanted to have that kind of incorporated into the cover, and then the hooded image, because like the hooded figure kind of a little bit ominous, just a thinky kind of, be ready for what lies within. So Philosophy and Ontology is the name of the book, and it goes through 4 sections. And Philo is love, Sophie is like the thinkier poems, Ont is kind of poems about existence, what it is to be, and ology being poems of self-exploration and kind of, blooming into self. So here we go. That's all I got on the cover.
Okay, and I do see that Shaki posted a note in the chat saying that you're featuring at the Out Loud podcast live that we're doing at Word is Right in July, which is the first Sunday. Is it July 6th? The hard thing with the Chromebook is
July
the chat
7th.
scroll. July 7th. Okay. So we do the podcast live every month for Out Loud. Shaki is our host for that. And we have all of our wonderful LGBTQ contributors come featuring or being a panel or being part of the discussion. So I'm so excited that you're going to be doing that because it's a wonderful show and you're a wonderful poet and it'll be just perfect. All right. I'm going to spotlight you, Jeremy. Edward, you are up next. I know Edward's kind of shifting around in his work right now, but that gives you a little bit of time, Edward, to get somewhere where you can read your poetry. Let me spotlight you, Jeremy.
Okie dokie, here we go.
I love you, Jack.
Oh, was that AZ. Love
That
her
was Miss
too.
Lovely. It sounded like her anyway.
Okay. Yes. Get my big face off the screen. Okay, perfect. So, I just put the information for my website, www.jackfalltrades.com/store, /store. That's where you can go and purchase my book, pre-order my book. Yeah. And follow me on IG at Jack_Fall_trades. That's where you can get updates on anything that is to come with me. Yeehaw. And there's also a link for my website in my bio on IG as well. So, I have a few poems from the philo section, so we're gonna get a little bit of the love story here. And more than the love story. Untitled. It has been over an hour, still you have yet to show. Nervous, dreadfully nervous, you will never will walk through door, share kaleidoscope mind, your mind more beautiful than any autumn forest canopy, than memory. Dolphins burst into sky with sun's beams. I long to see you, pull out your chair, smell, cork, sip, send bottle back because it most certainly will not please you, a drinker of sweet whites, with a taste for gentle, soft-spoken things, much too bold. I sit as the second hand on my watch ticks away. I will sit here until closing time, when all the servers walk out, tips counted, hidden in their socks' elastics. Until the manager leans close, how I wish you would, whispers, Sir, I cannot wait any longer. The curbside has no closing time. I will sit day, night, hot, cold, rain, snow, certain the moment I got into my car you would come running, coffee stain on your shirt collar, buttons misaligned, huffing and puffing. I'm so sorry it took me so long, but I'd be gone. Then what? I will not take the chance of missing this moment finally together, enjoying the perfect glass, laughing over how long it took for this empty chair and heart to be filled. Treasured. I fear memory will fail when I wish to hold you how I once did. His hips and spine curved differently. My face met his neck, not the middle of your back. Legs didn't twist around mine like yours do. Feet pressed against hands, holding mine, fingers forced between. Yes, I worry he's warped the way I would wrap my hand around how I curled into your chest. This next one is also untitled. I wonder what made us close on the tallest podium, where I saw us once reserved for first place. The accidental planned hand grab, petting adored beast. I wonder if retriever clad in gold could restore our old winnings. The love of words we shared, like our month of birth, my sign first, yours last, the balance of stars. I wonder. What makes me long for sister's approval? What makes me long for her embrace? More than brothers, both born scales or mothers. What is it about my teeth? They love to find a home in father's arm, perhaps because as a child he used to chew mine to show his love. What is affection's native origin in the map along my body? What makes me lace fingers with you? What makes me long for lost sister's shoulders, underarm, arms wrapped around your chest? Wonder why teeth prefer the back of your neck. those very same ones favor father's right hand. What makes me want to feel your skin on my lips, feel your hair in my hands, your body against mine, against all odds. From that, we move into Sophie. What is the price of my soul if I draw it out with daintiest cursive, or blow it up in bubble letters, pastiche it with pictures of everything I've ever done, create a comic life for myself? Is this the best we can do? I stop to breathe, crack the window. Cool air caressing skin, I am calm. Connected, recycled breath, circulated through beast and plant, carrying with it wisdom that all life is one. What is the price of seeing the world for what it is? Benjamins of bodies, ash for cash. The desire for control is not my soul. What is the price of all this? My peace or theirs? Into Aunt. Page is that? Here. This one is called 9/11. They said they fell like paper. I don't really know how to explain it. It's different than running and hitting a wall. Yes, no, it's nothing like that at all. It's like I'm flying. Gliding through daylight appears from down there, I weightless, paper, no care in the world. Then, suddenly I breathe out, no air, so I hold my breath, all I have, and my mind goes blank. Concrete, eager to meet, more than my feet. And poems of exploration, self, reimagination. Oh, I'm going to go over time. I'm sorry. Part 1 of 3. At time of writing, I am 31 years old and then some. More precisely, 11,595 days, 11,595 ways I've lived and died, at least. Moving faster than me speed, I'm too many people in one day, one instant. Slightly upwards of 278,000 hours. I am expert in cyclical 60s. Though I waste mine, I will never waste one minute hour of hours. I know hour, words be brief. I know time, petty conversations, thieving rhetoric, deliberations. Show me the direction, I will forge my path. I have done so before. Dogged strength failed. Torn asunder, memorized countless lines to protect love others. A wail in the night. My father never failed, but fell, was fell. Magic kingdom. A palace of trees, motherless in these moments, Bambi. A walk down the street for dad only. Radio flyer wagon, 4 wheels, a Cadillac powered by his hands. The clock powerless then. Magic Kingdom turned Disney when I turned 18, continued learned history, burned by Nazis, hounds released. Blitzkrieg princess stories, hours spent watching towering movies, leveled now, just like he. Her story ended too soon. Her story roots neath unseen avenues. It is said, and my belief, life is brief. I learned the hard way. Our time is all we are gifted. Give back to receive. Her story, my story, reciprocity, no more mystery. Part 2 of 3. I am legend, pathos of prophets, pondering prophets, calculated. Miss? Calculated. Every instant keeps us always in bliss. Dopamine flood, sweet kiss of death barely past sickle's reach. Beating hearts breaking just beyond brink give way too soon, too soon. Do not go out too soon. Upwards of 278,024 hours has taught me love strong, work the muscle, let it rest, ignore the hustle, listen. Do you hear the pulse of life, the traffic not of your mind? Break for a moment. Sounds outside self, air, road, rail, chirp of winged thing. It, silence, filled with noises, perceive the tinny ring. It is enough to drive one mad. A wise man once said, we all are down here. I am begging you, wake from slumber. This is the kiss meant for your lips alone. Part 3 of 3. I die another day, sleep and rise through healing flame. Build my vessel strong and lean. Let me show you what I mean. Adam's apple lodged in throat, my apple a day. Snow White lying comatose. A princely kiss, I pray. 3b. An awakening is coming. It is in the air. I smell it, sure as winter's bite. Springtime's bloom coming on the tide, but not too soon. 3c. Climb aboard me. I will get us there. The coast is clear. The sky is fair. And that's my time.
Yes, let's go. Oh, I love it. I'm going to invite everyone to unmute and cheer on Jeremy Hickson and his wonderful reading tonight.
Woo! That was good.
Let's go. Yeah. Jack Bell Trades on Instagram and everywhere else. Again, you can go to the website. You can read the author bios, get the links to wherever they are, get your pre-orders in. You can read reviews of the books. They're up. Most of the books have the reviews up on the website already. So yes, 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 all of that. All right. We're going to go to our last but certainly not least poet tonight is Edward Galt. Edward has an incredible cover done by Mariana Franco, also known as Nopal Flower. For those of you who might know her by her stage name, she's an incredible artist out of Los Angeles. And she also is part of the Red or Green Books family. So she has been an author that has come through in our anthologies. Very, very excited to have her. Let me check my messages here. The text likes to scroll so fast. Yes. So if any of the authors have updates to their bio that they need, like for example, if you have a website or you've updated your social media, reach out to me via email, send me the updates to your bio, and I will update the website with that information. All right, cool. All right, so Edward, since Mariana is not here today, I'm going to go ahead and pull up your cover, sir. You're welcome to talk about your book, talk about your cover, all of that good stuff. Take a few minutes. When you're done, let me know you're done. I'll pull the cover off the screen, and then I'll spotlight you for your feature read, okay? So
Okay.
let me pull your cover up and take it away.
Okay. Yeah, here it is, my cover. It's named for the chief poem in the book, Airhead. And you'll enjoy reading that when it comes out. You're a big fan of The Far Side. You might like that poem. It's pretty abstract, kind of weird, a little on the surreal side. I think I have another one like that too. So there are a couple like that in there. And my collection's pretty eclectic. Sometimes I have the voice of a child, but sometimes it's very adult. I don't even know how to recommend you whether you read that to give that to children or not. I don't know. I do sometimes speak in the voice of a child in my poems, but a lot of them are adult too. So it's pretty eclectic. Uh, it has some of the cover is in the form of a newspaper because the poetry does deal a lot with societal issues. There's some historical stuff in there. a lot of uh, uh, tension of society. People deals with outsiders and underdogs and all kinds of stuff in there. The illustration is vaguely like a balloon, but also at the same time a head. So it's very symbolic of the airhead poem. And but tonight I want to read some of the other stuff in there too, and I'll just get to that right now. My
Okay, Edward,
my
let me
website,
stop
by the
this share real quick, and then I'm gonna spotlight you. I'm gonna spotlight you now, so you can go into that feature. All right, so there.
Okay, thank you. My website, by the way, is Forest River Journal at blogspot.com. And I may actually establish another website depending on how well I can get my books sold on the blogspot. I don't know. I may have to find another website for that. I'm really kind of relatively new at this whole selling the books. So I have to figure out how to do that. Anyway, I'm more of a poet than a salesman. But anyway, I want to just read some of my poems. I'm going to start off with humor. The first one is called Holiday Food. By the way, this isn't just Thanksgiving and Christmas. It can also be any time of year. We have holiday food. 4th of July is coming up, so we'll have barbecue. So it could be that holiday as well. At any rate, this poem is Holiday Food. Holiday leftovers are tricky business. I could never get away with raiding the fridge at night. So I have to wait for all the others to leave before I can begin to rustle in the fridge to get at the turkey. Here's the tricky part: how to leave just enough so that no one knows that anything was ever taken out. When supper is being prepared, there is just enough. Factor in that everyone else is going to be doing this. Picking, then leaving just enough. We all had done such a superb job of this that when my wife pulled out the container a week later, it was still 3/4 full. The question was, could we still eat it? It didn't seem too bad at first, but as I was retching over the sink, I prayed for the sweet mercy of death. Okay, so that was Holiday Food. This one is one of those where I am in the voice of a high school student, I guess. It's called Andy's T-shirt. Sitting behind Andy was a real pain most of the time because he got noticed more when he raised his hand. And he always gave the answer that I was just about to give. Then he got all the credit. But on this day, the day of the big exam, Andy wore his Table of Elements T-shirt. And sitting behind him as I would have all the answers. If only the test was in chemistry and not history. Okay, that was Andy's T-shirt. This one is a little more serious, called Ricky and Melanie. Each morning, I watched the way Ricky's mother brought him out to the bus. She held his arm as he slowly descended the stairs and walked in a sort of limp. He wore a bike helmet in case he should fall. He wore thick glasses and a hearing aid. He couldn't speak. When they got him on the bus, he would sit by the window of the first seat with Melanie. It was a long ride, so the two had a lot of time to get to know each other through reading lips or hand gestures. Melanie came to understand him over the course of the year. She sat next to him, mastering his language, discovering who he was. One day, his mother came out of the house and down to the bus alone. She told the driver Ricky was in the hospital for a little while. And then, from then on, Melanie sat alone in the front seat, looking out the window on the long ride to and from school each day, until one morning his mother came out again, said something to the driver. Melanie began to cry, and we understood that we would not be seeing Ricky again. That was Ricky and Melanie. Now, because it's Father's Day, I want to read this one called Drawing the Moon. It's one that I was nominated for the Pushcart Prize, and is published in the Brownstones Anthology for 2023. So it's called Drawing the Moon. You came up to me with your little red book, the one you put the stickers in, and a crayon. You told me you wanted me to draw the moon. So I drew a line for the horizon. Long vertical lines became trees. A river flowed down through them. Then I drew stars. Finally, I drew the moon and filled in the sky dark blue. Because you wanted to see me draw, and there would come a time when you will not care what I can do. That was Drawing the Moon. How much time do I have left?
You are sitting at 3 more minutes.
Okay. Let me just finish out with this one called Curio Shop. That'll be a good one. For those of you who are Dostoevsky fans, and this one will kind of remind you of The Double. I'm a big Dostoevsky fan. Called Curio Shop. On my way home late one night, I stopped to look into the window of a curio shop. I couldn't see much. It was dark, except for a light in the rear. A figure entered from the back room. At first, I thought he was a staff member, perhaps working overtime. But he began taking all the clocks off the back wall and throwing them down on the floor. He took what looked like a baseball bat and finished the job by smashing them to bits. He cleared off all the shelves of the figurines and ground them to powder with his heel. He smashed all the cases and pulverized all the contents, jewelry, watches, and little picture frames, all smashed to bits. He didn't leave anything. The floor was covered with debris. He stopped to survey his work to make sure he hadn't omitted a single detail. He was close to the front of the store where I stood, just outside. When he turned to look out, I could see his face. It was me. Thank you. Dostoevsky's story is a little more humorous than that. You know, he has have a little bit more humor in it. The double shows up in the guy's life, and he's a lot better at the job than the narrator is. A lot better with the guy's girlfriend than he is. I mean, it has some humor in it. It's really good. I'd recommend it. Um, I enjoyed this book. I feel the way about it that Zachary does. I'm looking forward to getting to see it in, myself. I may just take a picture of myself opening the box. Who knows? Uh, but I am looking forward to that. And I went through a lot of angst. I kept picking out mistakes. I would say every time I looked at the manuscript, a new mistake uh, lurched out in front of me. So I'm hoping that it's uh, as good as it can be anyway. I know it's not going to be perfect. I have to make peace with that. Thank you very much for your patience tonight. Thank you.
All right, let's go. Edward Galt, everyone. I'm going to ask everyone to unmute and give you a huge round of applause as we close our read-a-thon tonight.
Woo, good job.
Yes. And things don't always have to be perfect, right? I think a lot of we're just human beings. We're artists, right? And poetry is certainly an art form, and we do not confine people to a box or constrict them to follow the rules of law about grammar and spelling and punctuation. And right, it's very artistic. It's very expressionary when you get a book from Red or Green Books that is really as true as what we can give you from the intention of the author. So Edward's book is lovely. The reviews are up on the website. One of my dear friends, Bill Nevins, here in Albuquerque, gave you a wonderful review, and there's a bunch of other incredible people talking about all of these books. So my advice to you is to get your pre-orders in. Get your pre-orders in now. The books are on their way. The books are going to get to the author, and then they're going to get signed and shipped out. So the best thing that you can do if you're watching this now is to get your pre-orders in. If you're interested in buying all 10 of the books together in one set, you can do that on the website on redorgreenbooks.com, and we can ship you all 10 of those. So you don't have to worry about trying to get some from every author, but of course they're not signed. So you keep them with you, and when you do meet the authors, have them sign them for you. Or pick your favorites from this launch, and please go pre-order those from the authors. Poets, Edward Galt is going to be the poet for book club in July. So the third Sunday of July, you'll get to hear him at the author talk about his book and go into a little bit more detail. He'll have a full 30-minute set to read poetry, whether it's from his book or not. So you'll have an opportunity to get to know him as an author. So what a wonderful way to end today. But a huge shout out. I just want to go back through the list of who we heard today. Zachary Sakati, Torin V, Sarah Doolittle, Quinn Collard, the poet Rose Gold, Ms. Lovely, Amanda Wynn, Laura Lila, Kelly Mary McAllister, Jeremy Hickson, and of course Edward Galt. We will be back in August, the same Zoom information. So it keeps it easy for everyone this year. Same Zoom information. We will be back in August for the book signing. In August, the authors should have their books with them, and they'll be signing live. If you would like to buy their books live during the show, it'll be a similar type of format, but instead of necessarily an art show, they're going to be signing books for you live and discussing their book, talking about poetry, and giving you a full featured set. What was the other thing I was going to say? It just, like, my mind it's we're at the end of the day, my mind is just going. But so come back in August for that. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So The Meet the Poets was A to Z. The Read-a-thon was Z to A. And the book signing is going to be a blind draw live. So you have no idea where you're going to be in the list. So y'all better make plans accordingly for when you get pulled out of the hat to go. I'm so excited for these 10 debut authors to be showcasing their books. Get your tickets to the 2024 New Mexico Poetry Summit. Now, if you cannot make it to the Poetry Summit, but you still want to promote your book, we have inserts that go into all of our grab bags. So we'll have some swag bags for the summit. Everyone will get a swag bag. If you would like an insert, it's a quarter page insert, right? So you take the full, you take your page, you split it. It's a quarter page insert that we will put into every single swag bag. Those are only $50. So you can get that online on our website. We'll put the swag bag together and make sure your insert gets into that. So let us know if that's something you want to do. If you're not able to be here, you can still promote to everyone who will be here as well. And we're going to have tables and booths available for those who want to come and run a table and perhaps sell their book. All right. Otherwise, thank you all so much. I will invite everyone to unmute one final time to cheer all of the debut poets on and all of the cover artists and all the amazing work that you've done on this incredible launch. Feel free to unmute yourselves and cheer on our 2024 debut poets.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
We did that shit.
It's so exciting. All right, y'all. We'll see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in August for the book signing. Keep your ears to the ground. Come to book club in July and August and all the other book clubs. Check the website for announcements, key details, dates, times, Zooms. Get your tickets to come out here in September. And we'll see all of you beautiful poets next time. Peace and blessings. Keep your pens wet. I'll see you all. Have a good night. Bye. Thanks, everyone.